And hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today I'm taking a look at set 71807 Sora's Elemental Tech Mech. This comes with 209 pieces, 2 minifigures, and costs $20 US. This is the fourth and final Elemental Mech that I am reviewing on this channel, and I believe the reason this is the last one that I got is because of the minifigure section. Every other Elemental Mech comes with at least one exclusive figure, except for Lloyd's Mech. But while Lloyd's Elemental Mech doesn't come with any exclusive figures, every single figure in that set, that is the cheapest way to get every single figure in that set. But with this mech, it comes with a Wolf Mask Warrior, which is probably the most common figure of these past two waves, as well as Sora, who is in her Season 1 suit, because the LEGO just decided not to give either Aiden or Sora new suits for Season 2. At least Season 2 Part 1. So I'm sure if this set had a more interesting minifigure selection, I would have gotten it a lot sooner. But anyways, let's just get right into the review. First off, I'm just gonna say I was kind of disappointed by this. I thought I would really like this because one of the big reasons I like Lloyd's Mech here so much is because his joints are a lot freer than Kai's and Cole's. They don't have any big shoulder pads that restrict articulation at all. So his joints are just a whole lot freer. And also, his weapons are smaller. His weapons are in scale with the mech, so it doesn't bother me as much that it doesn't have any wrists. It's still annoying that it doesn't have any wrists, but since the weapons are in scale with the mech, it doesn't bother me as much. Now, Sora has pretty much those same things. No shoulder pads, so the joints aren't really limited. And then her weapons are in scale with the mech. But for some reason, this just still disappointed me. And I think the two main reasons for why this disappointed me is one, the weapons. While yes, the weapons are in scale with the mech, I'm just not really a huge fan of them. For one, this sword here, this blade, I do really like this. I think this is a really cool design, a really cool weapon. But it just kind of feels awkward in her hand. Like her fingers just rest on top of it. They don't wrap around the weapon like they should. So it just kind of feels awkward in her hand, and it's very easily just to turn. It just doesn't look that good in her hand. And then same with this, like pretty much my only issue with this, since see the fingers do wrap around it, or at least two of the fingers, this third finger, her pinky doesn't wrap around it, which is kind of annoying. Is that it's able to turn very easily, which is annoying. And you know what I think would fix this issue? If she had thumbs. After seeing the thumbs on Lloyd's mech here, that made me really wish that this mech had thumbs. Lloyd's mech looks really good with thumbs, but Sora's mech here doesn't have thumbs, and I think it would have really helped if it did. And then also the skirt, I do like the idea of a skirt, but I don't really think this mech pulls it off all that well. See, like right now, I have the mech in a pretty neutral stance, see, sitting up straight. But the skirt here isn't really draped over the leg. It's all, it's all behind. There's this huge gap here, which does not look good. And it doesn't look very good. Like this. It looks alright from the front. But any other angle you look at it, it just doesn't look that good. But then if you move the leg back and actually have the skirt like wrap around the leg like this, back, have the skirt wrap around the leg, and see, then it's all leaning back like this, and you can move it forward. You can move it forward, but then it's in this very just awkward pose. Like it's so awkward. So I'm not a huge fan of that. And it definitely looks best to have the skirt look a little awkward than just her posture be a bit awkward. I definitely prefer the skirt to look a bit weird. But yeah, I think those are the two main reasons. And then one more negative. I don't think I mentioned it in my Kai mech review, but both Sora's and Kai's mechs do this weird thing with the feet where they put this bar right behind the ball joint, so you can't move the foot back. Why would you do that? Why? That's just what? You cannot move the foot back at all. I don't really think it bothered me with the Kai mech too much. I'm not entirely sure why. But I remember just not minding it too much with the Kai mech. But here, it just, why would you do that? What is the point? It's not like this mech is going to fall over on its own. It's very light. It can support its own weight. It's not just going to fall over. So why? It just needlessly limits the articulation. You cannot move the foot back. Like earlier, I tried to get to get it in a pose where she had one foot, one leg out forward, something like this. But then I realized that I couldn't because the foot couldn't go back. What is it like? So what is the point of this? Okay, now getting on to some positives. I think that's really all the bad things I have to say about this mech. So back to the feet. I do actually overall like this foot design. Other than this thing, what was the designer thinking when he put this here? Or she, I don't know. I do really like this foot design. That is one really great thing about these mechs, is that they all have some really great feet design. The colors, I love the colors. I love the white, dark blue, coral, and gold. And then also trans pink. I love those mechs colors. I think this mech looks really good in terms of the color scheme. The one thing I will say is I kind of hope that future Sora sets use more dark blue and coral than white, because we already have Zane, who uses white for all his vehicles. So if we have two ninja who use white as their main color for everything, that just, yeah, they are different, of course. Zane uses light blue, while Sora uses dark blue, but still. I really like these blades on the back. I do really like these. They're on ball joints. I think these are really great. It's really nice to get this new SCCBS armor piece here in gold. That's a really nice piece to get. It has waist articulation like always. You can mix and match parts of this mech with parts of other mechs, which isn't really a feature I care about, but it's nice. It's a nice little play feature. I do really like this trans pink blade. Not There we go. That was a good spin. I did really like that. I don't really have much else to say about this. The articulation's the same as on all the other mechs. Here's a look at the cockpit. Very simple. Yeah, that's like pretty much all you have to say. I don't really have much else to say. It's a very simple build. And first up here, figures, we got Sora is still in her season 1 suit. LEGO decided just not to give Aaron and Sora mech pilot or climber suits. Why? Yeah, but and it is kind of annoying getting her inaccurate show hair in a set right after I got Ryu, who came with her show accurate hair. Just because this hairpiece looks so much better. And this set only came out 2 months before the Young Dragon Ryu set did. So my assumption is that this hairpiece they just weren't finished designing this hairpiece in time for them to put it in the January sets. So they had to wait and then put it in the March sets. That's my explanation. If that's not what happened, and if they did have this piece ready to go in January, or I guess in December, why didn't we get it in this set? Anyways, this is a really great suit. I've already talked about it 3 other times on this channel, so I'm not really going to say much. I do really like this dark blue half mask. This is my first time getting this piece in dark blue, but I'm not sure if it's new for this set in dark blue, but it is a really nice piece to have. And I do think this is a fantastic figure. And here's the Wolf Mask Warrior that comes in the set. And this one is a bit more unique than other ones that come in the January and March waves. And that's because this one has like a little like glider on the back, on his back. And I think this is a really fun design. I'm personally, I'm not a huge fan of when like the villains get these just random accessories like this. I don't know, something about this I just like. I like how this looks. And maybe, since it comes in such a cheap set, one reason I like it so much is because it comes in a cheap set, so if you get multiples of the set, you could have a few of these guys with the glider. Or you could just build this on your own, with your own parts. But if you do get multiples of the set, then you could also get multiples of this tree build here, which I'll go ahead and talk about now. This is a very simple tree build. It uses one of these dragon horn pieces here that was introduced last year. It has this clear pole connected to it, so you can stick the Wolf Mask Warrior on the tree and make it look like he's like gliding or something, which is neat. And again, if you have multiples of the set, you could have multiple of these guys and have multiples of this tree, which I'm sure this tree would look great if you set it right up against the Wolf Mask Shadow Dojo. You know, I think these are really fantastic figures. Some of the best designed villains we've ever gotten. He has these claws here. That's a really, really fantastic minifigures. Fantastic. Look at that. But with that, that's all I gotta say. That's pretty much all I have to say. Now, I will say that I think this set has actually grown on me a bit in the day that I've had it. Like, yeah, you know, like when I finished building it, I was pretty disappointed by it, but now, about a day later, I'm still disappointed by it. I don't know, I like it slightly more now. But yeah, I think with that I would still give it a 7.5 out of 10. Because like it's not a great build, it's just an alright build. And then this definitely has the weakest minifigure selection, and honestly, probably the January and March waves. This part is the weakest minifigure selection in both of those waves. So with that, really appreciate it if you took 2 seconds to like and subscribe. Bye.